Welcome back to another episode of Motogp Mac, and today we're going to talk about the practice session that just happened for the Japanese Grand Prix in Motogp. Now, Brad Binder finished fastest from Pecco Bagnaia, Aleix Espargaro, Jorge Martin, Marco Bezzecchi, Fabio Di Gianantonio, Johan Zarco, Maverick Vinales, Pol Espargaro, Jack Miller, Miguel Oliveira, Joan Mir, Fabio Quartararo, Marc Marquez, Franco Morbidelli, Cal Crutchlow, Raul Fernandez, Taka Nakagami, Augusto Fernandez, Michele Pirro, and Alex Rins. Now, Brad Binder put in an absolute barnstormer of a lap, to be fair. He is using the carbon chassis and is definitely looking like a serious threat this weekend. Pecco Bagnaia, he was struggling quite an awful lot of the session, if I'm very honest, but maybe this is because he was working on race pace. He was in around a second to a second and a quarter off at one point, but saying that, I do think he is more so working on bike setup rather than out and out pace. Aleix Espargaro put kind of last week's terrible weekend behind him. He is in third. He does look pacey, so I definitely think he will be there or thereabouts. Jorge Martin, he looks really solid again this weekend, out of the box, missing the last little bit, but saying that the last couple of laps of the session, there were some yellow flags. So, it's not true pace, I think. Same for Marco Bezzecchi, good pace. Fabio Di Gianantonio as well. He was actually the first rider to get into the 43s, so really good ride from him. Stable from Zarco, Vinales, and Pol Espargaro getting into the top 9. Ahead of Jack Miller, I will note, so fair play to him. Jack Miller made it into Q2 in 10th place. He is using the carbon chassis as well. The carbon chassis is giving a little bit more rear grip. Joan Mir, my understanding is that he is running the 2024 chassis actually this weekend. Fabio Quartararo had a crash close to the end of it, had to get him come back, change the leathers. So difficult morning for him. Marc Marquez as well caused a yellow flag with under a minute to go. So when a couple of people, Martin and them, were starting their last flying lap, there was a yellow flag in turn 1, but down in 14th place from Marc. Not ideal, obviously, at the Japanese Grand Prix, but kind of brings into reality. Last week was a really good race for him. This week may struggle quite a lot. Franco Morbidelli and Cal Crutchlow were tied together, but good practice session from Cal Crutchlow, to be fair. Raul Fernandez, he did look good, but he crashed twice during the session. Nakagami, Augusto Fernandez, and Michele Pirro didn't really fare in it at all, although Augusto was second or third in first practice. That didn't transform over into the second practice. And Alex Rins made his return. Obviously, look, you wouldn't really expect too much from him. Small bit off the pace, but again, he's only getting up to speed. All in all, I think it was a pretty good session. It was interesting to see how the riders are. What's their, I suppose, how they are when the track is just new versus they're starting to pick up the pace now. It will be an interesting race. We had seen some drama there late in the race last year, so definitely looking forward to tomorrow's sprint. Hard to pick a pole position man for tomorrow. I'm going to go and say it's going to be Bezzecchi, and I'm going to say Bezzecchi for the sprint race win. But I would definitely love to know your thoughts. What did you think of the practice session, and who do you think is going to win the sprint race tomorrow? Definitely leave your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video.